Friends, whatever people say about poverty, the reality is that no one can live a successful and happy life without becoming rich. In today's world, if you do not have money, you will be seen as a loser and unsuccessful person. Your worth will not be measured by your looks, but by your status. Therefore, you must become rich at any cost. You must have everything that you desire, and there is nothing wrong in this. There is no exact science of becoming rich, but in most cases it has been seen that rich people think in a particular way, and poor people think in a completely different way, and their work is determined by these ways of thinking, and the results are determined by the work. And if you also think the same way as rich people think, and do the same work that rich people do, then surely you will also become rich. But the problem is that how will you think like the rich? How will you become an expert in the game of money like the rich? How will you change your poor mindset into a rich mindset? So there is no need to worry at all, because in this book you will learn how to think like the rich. So chapter number 1 is to commit to being rich. If you ask people if they want to be rich, most people will look at you like you've gone crazy. They will say, obviously, I want to be rich. However, the truth is most people don't really want to be rich because they have a lot of negative wealth files in their subconscious mind that tell them that there is something wrong with being rich, like what if I lose my wealth after earning it? What if it takes a lot of hard work to be rich, and what if I lose my health in this effort? And the list goes on and on like this, friends. Every one of us has a wealth file in our alma called mind. This file contains our personal beliefs, which also include why it would be great to be rich. However, many people also have information in their file why it would not be so great. This means that their internal messages about wealth are mixed. One part of them happily says more money means more fun in life, but the other part screams, but I will have to work like a donkey. What's the fun in this? One part says, I will be able to travel around the world, but then the other part says yes, and everyone in the world should extend a helping hand to me. These mixed messages may seem innocent, but the truth is that these are the main reasons why most people never become rich. You can look at it this way, that the universe is like a big mail order department. The universe is constantly sending people, events, and things to you. You place orders by sending energetic messages to the universe based on your strong beliefs. Based on the law of attraction, the universe will try its best to fulfill your order. But if there are mixed messages in your file, the universe does not understand what you want. One minute the universe hears that you want to be rich, so it starts sending you opportunities of wealth. But then it hears you say that rich people are greedy, so the universe listens to you and starts making arrangements so that you do not have too much money. But then you think that life will be more fun if you have more money. Then the poor universe is in a dilemma and again starts sending more money to you. It starts sending you opportunities to make money. The next day you are in a low mood, so you sit there. Money is not that important. Confused and troubled, the universe finally screams, first decide. I will give you what you want, just tell me what you want. Most people don't get what they want for the main reason that they don't know what they want. Rich people are very clear that they want wealth. Their desire is unshakable. They are determined to earn wealth. They are completely dedicated to their goal as long as the method is legal, ethical, and right. They are willing to do whatever it takes to earn wealth. Rich people do not send mixed messages to the universe. Poor people have a lot of excuses about how difficult it might be to become rich. As a result, they are not 100% sure that they really want to become rich. The message they send to the universe is ambiguous because their message to themselves is also ambiguous. So, the result they get is ambiguous. Earlier we talked about the power of intention. I know this may be hard to believe, but you always get what you want, not what you say you want in your subconscious mind. Chapter number 2 is focus on opportunities. Rich people see opportunities, and poor people see obstacles. Rich people see possibilities for growth. Poor people see threats of loss. Rich people focus on rewards. Poor people focus on risks. It is the age-old question of whether the glass is half empty or half full. But here we are not talking about positive thinking. We are talking about your habitual way of looking at the world. Poor people make choices based on fear. Their mind is constantly looking for what could go wrong or go wrong in a situation. Their default mindset is, what if it doesn't work out? As we have said earlier, rich people take responsibility for the results they get in their lives and operate with the mindset that it will work out because I will make it work. Rich people expect success. They have faith in their abilities. They have faith in their creativity. They believe that even if they don't succeed, they can still find another way to succeed. Generally, the greater the reward, the greater the risk. Since rich people are constantly looking for opportunities, they are willing to take risks. The rich are sure that even if the worst happens, they can always get their wealth back. Poor people, on the other hand, are constantly apprehensive about failure. They lack faith in themselves and their abilities. Poor people believe that if things go wrong, they will be devastated because they are constantly thinking about obstacles. So they are generally risk-averse. No risk, no gain. For the record, being risk-averse does not mean you are willing to lose money. Rich people take calculated risks. This means they do their research, put in the effort to evaluate, and then make decisions based on solid information and facts. Do rich people spend a lot of time thinking? No. They gather information in the shortest possible time and then decide whether to act on it based on that information. Although poor people claim they are preparing for an opportunity, it is usually an excuse to procrastinate. They are terribly nervous. They say yes or no for weeks, months, even years, and usually by then the opportunity has passed. Often they try to rationalize their position by saying, "I was preparing, of course I was, but while they were preparing, the rich man went in and got out and made a lot of money in the meantime, I know." What I am going to say next may sound a little strange to you, because I put a lot of emphasis on self-responsibility. However, I do believe that luck plays a part in becoming rich or succeeding at anything. In a football match, the opposing team's player may dig his catch on your 1-yard line when there is only 1 minute left in the game, and this will make your team win the match. Anyway, the point is that luck or any good thing will not come your way unless you start doing something of the sort. To achieve financial success, you have to do something, buy something or start something, and when you do this, this luck or the power of the universe helps you in a miraculous way. The second major principle that is worth mentioning here is that rich people focus on the things they want while poor people focus on the things they don't want. Once again, the law of the universe says that what you focus on grows. Since rich people focus on opportunities all the time, they get a lot of opportunities. Their biggest problem is that they see so many possibilities of making money that they cannot handle them all. On the other hand, since poor people focus on obstacles in everything, they face a lot of obstacles. Their biggest problem is that they see so many obstacles that they cannot handle them all. The reason is very clear. In which area should your concentration be? This decides what you get in life. If you focus on opportunities, you will get opportunities. If you focus on obstacles, you will get obstacles. I am not saying that you should not worry about problems. Obviously, when problems arise, deal with them immediately. But keep your eyes on the goal and keep moving towards it. Spend your time and energy on making your desired thing a reality. When obstacles come, face them, and then immediately focus your eyes on the goal. Your goal in life is not to solve problems. You should not spend all your time extinguishing fires. People who do this get left behind. Spend your time and energy in thoughts and actions, and keep moving towards your goal. The advice is that if you want to be rich, then focus on making money, saving and investing it. If you want to be poor, then focus on spending money. You may read thousands of books or go to hundreds of courses that tell the mantra of success, but the point is that what you focus on grows. Rich people also understand that no one can get all the information in advance. thinking this is the best way to get success. It is foolish to think that you can predict everything that may happen in the future. Do not fool yourself into thinking that you can prepare for and protect yourself from every future eventuality. Did you know that there are no straight lines in the universe? Life does not flow in a straight line. It flows like a meandering river. Opportunity is only visible to you at the next bend, and only after you reach it can you see beyond it. The idea is to get into the game with whatever you have and wherever you are. Chapter number 3 is to choose good people. Successful people look to other successful people as role models. They look to other successful people as role models to learn from. They say to themselves, if they can do it, so can I. As I have said before, modeling is the basic way people learn. Rich people are grateful that other people have succeeded before them because they now have a ready blueprint that they can follow and succeed more easily. Inventing the wheel, why repeat? There are tried and tested success strategies that work for almost everyone if they follow them. The fastest and easiest way to build wealth is to learn how the rich play the game. Your goal is to copy their inside and out strategies. Sounds sensible. If you can do the same things and have the same mindset, there's a good chance you'll get the same results. Unlike the rich, when poor people hear about others' success, they often find faults, criticize, ridicule, and try to pull them down to their level. How many of you know people like that? How many of you know family members like that? The question is, if you put someone down, how can you learn from them or find inspiration? Whenever I'm introduced to a very rich person, I try to spend as much time with them as possible. I want to talk to them and find out how they think. I exchange contacts and try to develop personal friendships if we have other things in common. Well, if you think I'm doing something wrong by being friends with rich people, then maybe I should choose strict friends. I don't think so. As I've said before, energy is contagious, and I have no interest in receiving negative energy. So the question is what to do if the people closest to me are not growing personally, and are even insulting me for it. So the answer is, first of all, don't bother trying to change negative people. Don't try to change them or bring them in the right direction. This is not your job. Your job is to apply what you have learned and make yourself and your life better. Be a role model. Be successful. Be happy. Then maybe they will see the light in you and want to be like you. Once again, energy is contagious. Darkness disappears in light. People actually find it very difficult to live in darkness when there is light around. Your job is to be the best version of yourself possible. If they choose to ask you the secret, tell them that everything happens for a reason, and that reason is to help me. Yes, it is more difficult to be positive and conscious around negative people and situations, but this is your test. Just like steel hardens when heated in fire, similarly, if you are able to maintain your values even when there are skeptical and critical people around you, then you can be positive and conscious. If you can stay positive about your surroundings, you will grow faster and stronger. Also remember that nothing has any meaning except the meaning we give it. You may have heard the saying that birds of a feather flock together. Did you know that most people earn within 20% of the average income of their closest friends? So it is best to keep a close watch on who you hang out with and choose them carefully. In my experience, rich people don't join country clubs just to play golf. They go there to meet other rich and successful people. There is another saying that says, "It's not what you know, it's who you know." As far as I can tell, you can get very rich doing that. In short, if you want to fly with the eagles, don't swim with the ducks. I only like to be with successful, positive people, and just as importantly, I stay away from negative people. Chapter number 4 is how to change your problems. As I said earlier, getting rich is not a walk in the park. So it is a journey that has many twists, turns, difficulties, and obstacles. The road to riches has many pitfalls and traps, and that is why most people don't go on it. They don't want difficulties, headaches, and responsibilities. In short, they don't want problems. That is the big difference between rich and poor people. Rich and successful people are bigger than their problems, whereas poor and unsuccessful people are bigger than their problems. Small people are poor. Poor people will do almost anything to avoid problems. They run away from a challenge. The irony is that in their attempt to avoid problems, they invite the biggest problem of all. They are poor and miserable. The secret of success, my friend, is not to avoid problems or try to escape them or try to avoid them. The secret is to make yourself so big that you are bigger than any problem. Remember that whether you are rich or poor, playing big or small, life is full of problems. If you are breathing, there will always be difficult problems and obstacles in your life. Let me put it very briefly. The size of the problem is never the real issue. The real issue is your size. This can be painful, but if you are ready to move to the next level of success, you have to become aware of what is really happening in your life. If you have a big problem in your life, it only means that you are still small. Don't be fooled by appearances. Your outer world is only a reflection of your inner world. If you want to make lasting change, so stop focusing on the size of your problems and start focusing on the size of yourself. Whenever you feel that you have a big problem, take a deep breath and decide at that moment that you will become a bigger person and will not allow any problem or obstacle to take away your happiness or success. The bigger the problems you can handle, the bigger the business you can manage. The bigger the responsibility you can handle, the more employees you can handle. The more customers you can handle, the more money and ultimately the more wealth you can manage. Once again, your wealth can only grow to the extent that you grow. The goal is to grow yourself to the point where you can overcome any problem or obstacle that comes in your way of creating and maintaining wealth. See yourself as a vessel of wealth. What will happen if your vessel is small and you have a lot of money? You will lose money. The extra money will start spilling out of your vessel and will flow here and there. You can never get more money than your vessel can hold. So you have to become a bigger vessel so that you can grow. You can not only keep wealth, but also attract more wealth. The universe doesn't like a vacuum. If you have a big enough vessel to store money in, it will fill that empty space. Rich people are bigger than their problems for one reason we've already discussed. They focus on their goals, not the problem. Again, the brain usually focuses on only one dominant thing at a time. This means you're either complaining about your problem or you're working on a solution. Rich and successful people are solution-oriented. When challenges arise, they spend their time and energy developing response strategies and plans. They create systems to ensure that the problem never reoccurs. Poor and unsuccessful people are problem-oriented. They spend their time and energy complaining and whining. They rarely find a creative solution to end the problem, let alone prevent it from recurring. Rich people don't back down from their problems. They don't avoid problems. They don't complain about problems. Rich people are financial warriors, and the definition of a warrior is one who conquers himself. Chapter number 5 is Learn to Attract Like a Rich. If I had to name the main reason why most people don't reach their full financial potential, it would be that most people are bad receivers. They may or may not be good at giving, but they are certainly bad at receiving. And because they are bad at getting things, they don't get anything. People have problems getting things done for many reasons. The first thing many people do is block themselves. What is the reason for this lack of self-esteem? The answer is our conditioning. Most of the time we hear 1 yes and 20 no's, 10 sentences of you are doing the wrong thing, and 1 sentence of you are doing the right thing. We also hear 5 sentences of you are stupid, and 1 sentence of you are awesome. Even though our parents praise us, many of us feel that we are not good enough to live up to their praise and expectations. So once again, we feel that we are not good enough. In addition, most of us have grown up with a foundation of punishment in our lives. This unwritten rule states that if you do something wrong, you will or should be punished. Some of us were punished by our parents, some of us were punished by our teachers. Obviously, now that we are all adults, this should end for most people. The conditioning of punishment is so deep that if they make a mistake when people do not do the right thing, and no one is around to punish them, they subconsciously punish themselves. When they were young, the punishment would be, "You did something wrong, so you don't get candy." However, today, the punishment might be, "You did something wrong, so you don't get any money." This explains why some people limit their income and subconsciously sabotage their own success. No wonder people have a hard time getting by. One small mistake can condemn you to a lifetime of misery and poverty. You might say that's too harsh, but who says the brain is logical or kind? Once again, a programmed brain is a file folder full of programmed stories of the past, of meaning and drama and destruction. Sensible actions don't work for that kind of brain. I teach one thing in my seminars that might make you feel better. See, in the end, it doesn't matter if you feel capable or not. You can get rich either way. There are many ways to get rich. Wealthy people don't feel very capable. In fact, this can be a great motivation to become rich. Proving yourself and your worth to yourself or others is a key to net worth. This idea of self-worth is just that. It doesn't hold true in the real world. As we have said before, proving your worth to yourself can make you rich, but not happy. So it's better to earn wealth for other reasons. But it's important for you to know here that feeling of lack of worth will not stop you from becoming rich. In fact, from a purely economic perspective, it can be a motivating force. Having said that, I want to tell you one thing very clearly. Listen to this very carefully. This can be one of the most important moments of your life. Are you ready? So listen to this and find out if you are capable or not. This is a time-tested story. I repeat once again, nothing has any meaning except the meaning we give it. I don't know about you, but I have never heard of a person who has ever done something like this. Haven't you heard of someone who was put in a queue as soon as he was born? Can you imagine that after every person is born, God is stamping his forehead with the words Kabul or Nabil? Oh, definitely Nabil. Sorry, I don't think this happens. No one stamps you as capable or incapable. You do this yourself. You create this picture yourself. You decide this yourself. You and only you decide this. Whether you are going to be capable or not is simply a matter of your attitude. If you say you are capable, you are. If you say you are not capable, you are not. Either way, you will live your life according to the story you have written. This is so important that I want to repeat it again. You will live your life according to the story you have written. It's as simple as that. Chapter number 6 is work for yourself, not for a salary. Poor people choose to be paid a steady salary or an hourly wage. They need the feeling of security that a certain amount of money is coming in every month. They don't realize that this security has a price, and that price is wealth. A life based on security is a life based on fear. What you are saying is, I am afraid that I will not earn enough based on my performance, so I will settle for just enough to get by or be comfortable. Rich people prefer to be paid based on their results. Rich people usually, at least partially, if not entirely, but in one way or another, people who own their own business derive their income from the profits they make. Rich people work on commission or a percentage of the profits. They choose to take stock options or share in the profits rather than a high salary. Remember that none of these things are guaranteed. As mentioned earlier, in the world of money, the rewards are usually proportionate to the risk. Rich people believe in themselves. They believe in their value and their ability to communicate it. Poor people do not believe in themselves. That is why they need guarantees. Recently, I came across a public relations consultant who wanted me to pay her a fee of $5,000 per month. I asked her what I would get in exchange for a fee of $5,000. She replied that in return, I would get at least $5,000 worth of media exposure per month. I said, what if you do not deliver anywhere near that? She replied that since she is investing her time, she deserves that much. I replied, I am not interested in paying you for your time. I am interested in paying you for a specific result. My proposal is that whatever value you give me in the media, I will pay you 50% of it. According to the figures you have given, this means that I will pay you 000 per month, which is double your fee. Did she agree to this? Absolutely not. Was she penniless? Yes. And she will remain so all her life, or at least until she realizes that to get rich, one must get paid based on one's results. Poor people give their time in exchange for money. The problem with this strategy is that your time is limited. This means that you always break the rule of wealth, which says never limit your income. If you choose to get paid based on your time, you are stifling your chances of wealth to a large extent. This rule also applies to personal service business, where generally you get paid for your time. That's why lawyers, accountants, and consultants, who are not partners in the company and do not share in the profits of the business, lead average financial lives. Suppose you are in the pen business and you get an order for 50,000 pens. What do you do when this happens? You call your supplier and order 50,000 pens and get them delivered and happily count your profits. On the other hand, suppose you are a massage therapist and you are so lucky. If 50,000 people line up outside your shop and everyone wants to get a massage from you, what will you do? You will shoot yourself. Why am I not in the pen business? What else can you do? Try to explain to the person standing at the end of the line that he might be a little late because his appointment is 40 years from now on Tuesday at 1:15. I am not saying there is anything wrong with having a personal service business. Just don't expect to get rich quick unless you find a way to duplicate or leverage yourself. Chapter number 7 is The Rich Want Everything. Rich people live in a world of abundance. Poor people live in a world of limitations. Obviously, both live in the same physical world, but their perspective is very different. The poor and most middle-class people live in scarcity. They live by the maxim that this is all that can be had, there is never enough, and you can't have everything, and although you probably can't have everything, like everything in the world, but I think that you can certainly have everything you really want. You want a successful career, or a happy relationship with your family, both. You want to focus on your business, or have fun, both. You want money, or meaning in life, both. You want to earn wealth, or do the work you love, both. Poor people always choose one. Rich people choose both. Rich people understand that with a little creativity, you can always find a way to get the best of both worlds whenever you are faced with a choice in the future. The question you need to ask yourself is, how can I have both? This question will change your life. It will take you from a world of lack and limitation to a universe of possibilities and abundance. This is true not just for the things you want, but for all areas of life. Both have a view that money is more important than anything else. The poor and many middle-class people believe that they have to choose between money and some other aspect of life. As a result, they argue that money is not as important as everything else. We want to make one thing clear: money is important. It is foolish to say that it is not as important as the rest of life. What is more important? Your hands or your feet? Both are important. Money is oil. It enables you to glide through life instead of sliding. Money gives you freedom to buy the things you want and to spend your time the way you want. Money enables you to enjoy the good things in life. Apart from this, it also gives you the opportunity to employ others and fulfill their needs. The most important thing is that when you have money, you do not have to waste your energy worrying that you do not have money. Happiness is also important. Once again, poor and middle-class people get confused here. Many people believe that money and happiness are different. That is, either you can become rich or you can be happy. Once again, I will say this is nothing more than cheap programming. People who are rich in every sense think that you should have both things, just as you should have both hands and feet. Similarly, you should also have both money and happiness. So here is another big difference between rich, middle class, and poor people. The difference can be seen. Rich people believe you can have your cake and eat it too. Middle class people believe cake causes obesity, so I will only have a small piece. Poor people believe they don't deserve cake, so they focus and think about the double bread. I ask you, what is the use of having a cake if you can't eat it? What else can you do with it? Just keep it in the cupboard and keep staring at it. Cake is meant to be eaten and enjoyed. This thinking also blows away those who believe that if I have more, someone else will have less. Once again, it has to be said, this is nothing more than fear-based, self-defeating programming. The notion that all the wealth in the world is with the rich people, and they are hoarding it, leaving nothing for the rest of the people, is stupid. The notion that according to this notion the supply of money is limited. I am not an economist, but I see that new notes are being printed every day. The printing of notes has not been linked to any real wealth for decades. So even if the rich have captured all the money available today, then tomorrow there will be billions, if not billions, of new dollars. Chapter number 8 is build net worth. When it comes to money, people in our society usually ask this question, that how much is your income? You rarely hear this question, how much is your net worth? Very few people talk like this. Obviously, such talk is heard only in the country clubs of the rich. In country clubs, financial discussions almost always focus on net worth. Jim recently sold his stock options. His net worth is more than $3 million. Paul's company has just gone public. Now his net worth is $8 million. Tony has sold his business. His net worth is now $12 million. You will not hear this in the country club. Hey, did you hear that Raj's salary has increased? Yes, and 2 crore living allowance separately. If you hear this, then you understand that there is a guest there that day who is saying such things. The true measure of wealth is not income, it is net worth. It has always been and will always be. Net worth is the financial value of every asset you have. To find your net worth, add up the value of everything you have, such as cash, stocks, bonds, investments like real estate. If you have a business, then its current value. If you have a house, then its current value. Present value. Now subtract all your debts from the sum of your assets. Net worth is the ultimate measure of wealth, because you can convert your assets into cash if needed. Rich people understand the huge difference between income and net worth. Income is important, but it is only one of 4 factors that make up your net worth. The 4 elements of net worth are income, savings, investments, and simplification. Rich people know that the equation for a high net worth includes all 4 elements. Because all 4 elements are essential, so let's examine each one. There are 2 types of income: passive income and passive income. Passive income is money you earn by actively working. It can include your salary from a job or, for an entrepreneur, profits or earnings from a business. Workable income requires that you invest time and effort to earn money. Active income is important because without it, it is nearly impossible to reach the other 3 elements of net worth. Active income is how we fill our financial cup. All other things being equal, the higher the active income, the more passive income, the more you can save and invest. While active income is important, it is only one part of the net worth equation. Unfortunately, the poor and many middle-class people focus on active income alone out of the 4 components. As a result, their net worth is nominal or zero. Passive income is money you earn without doing any work. We'll cover passive income in more detail a little later, but for now, think of it as a bottom-up income stream that can be used to spend, save, and invest. Saving is also essential. You may earn a lot of money, but if you don't save any of it, you will never build wealth. Many people have a financial blueprint that is programmed to spend. They spend whatever money they have. They put immediate gratification over long-term balance. Spenders have 3 maxims. Their first maxim is it's all about money. That's why they don't have much money. Their second maxim is what goes around comes around. At least they can expect it. Their third maxim is sorry, I can't do this right now. I'm broke. It's impossible to get to the next element of net worth without earning and saving income to fill the flask. Once you start saving a significant portion of your income, you can move to the next stage and grow this money by investing. Generally, the better you are at investing, the faster your money will grow and generate more net worth. Rich people spend time and energy learning about investing. They are excellent at investing. Take pride in being an investor or hire top investors to invest. Poor people think investing is only something rich people can do, so they never learn about it and stay penniless again. Every part of the equation is important. Our fourth element of net worth may be the dark horse of all, because very few people recognize its importance in building wealth. This is the element of simplification. It is similar to saving because you consciously adopt a lifestyle that requires less money by reducing the cost of your lifestyle. You increase your savings and the amount of money available for investing. Once again, building your net worth is a four-part equation. To understand this, imagine you are driving a bus on four wheels. If you drive the bus on just one wheel, what the journey would be like? Perhaps slow, bumpy, full of conflict, sparks, and going round and round. Does this description sound familiar? Rich people play the money game on all four wheels, so their journey is fast, comfortable, direct, and relatively easy. Poor and mostly middle-class people play the money game on one wheel. They believe that the only way to become rich is to earn lots of money. They believe this because they have never been rich. They do not understand Pinson's law that expenses always increase in direct proportion to income. This is common in our society. You already have a job. If your income increases, you buy a better car. You already have a house. If your income increases, you buy a bigger house. You already have clothes. If your income increases, you buy better clothes. You already spend on holidays. If your income increases, you spend more on holidays. Of course, there are some exceptions to this rule. Usually, as income increases, expenses always increase. That is why income alone will never create wealth. Take a blank piece of paper and write the heading net worth on it. Then make a simple chart that starts from zero and ends at the amount that is your target net worth. Your current net worth is 100% of your net worth. Write down your net worth, then write down your new net worth every 90 days. If you do this, you will find that you are becoming richer because you are tracking your net worth. Remember, what you focus on grows. Chapter number 9 is learn to manage money. Wealthy people are smarter than poor people. They just have different and more helpful money habits. As we discussed in section 1 of this book, these habits are basically based on our past conditioning. So, first of all, if you're not managing money well, you're probably not programmed to do so. Second, you probably don't know how to manage money easily and effectively. Money management may not be the most popular topic, but it is the biggest difference between financial success and financial failure. How you manage your money is simple. To be a master of money, you have to manage it. Poor people either manage their money badly or avoid the topic of money altogether. Many people don't like to manage their money because, first of all, they think it limits their freedom, and secondly, they say they don't have enough money to manage it. As for the first excuse, managing money doesn't limit your freedom. On the contrary, managing your money increases your freedom. Ultimately, managing your money increases your freedom. You will have financial freedom so that you will never have to work again. To me, that is real freedom. As for people who argue that I don't have enough money to manage it, they are looking through the wrong end of the telescope. They say when I have a lot of money, I will start managing it. The truth is that when I start managing money, I will have a lot of money. When I have a lot of money, I will start managing it. This is like saying to an obese person that I will start exercising and dieting when I lose 20 pounds. First, start managing the money you have properly. Then you will have more money to manage. Let me tell you a story. Imagine you are walking down the street with a 5-year-old child. You see an ice cream store. You go inside. There is no ice cream in a cup. So you get the child a scoop of ice cream on a cone. As you both walk out, you see the child's little hand stumble and suddenly fall out of the ice cream cone. The child falls on the sidewalk. The child starts crying. You go back into the store and are about to place your order for the second time. The child sees a colorful sign With a picture of a 3-scoop cone, the child points to the picture and yells in excitement, "I want this cone now. Here's a question. You are kind, loving, and generous, so get the child a 3-scoop cone." Okay, your initial reaction might be absolutely. However, when this question is thought about more deeply, most of the participants in our seminars answer no, because they would not want the child to fail. A child who cannot handle 1 scoop, how will he be able to handle 3 scoops? This is true in the universe, and in your case too. We live in a kind and loving universe, and the rule is until you show that you can handle what you have, you will not give more. You must first acquire the habits and abilities to manage small amounts of money. Only then will you get big amounts. Remember, we are slaves of habits, and so your habit of managing money is dependent on the amount of money. Poor people think that income is everything. They believe that to become rich one has to earn a lot of money. Again, this idea is the dung of a cheap horse. The truth is that if you are different, if you manage your money according to a plan of segregated accounts, you can become financially independent even with a relatively low income. If you manage your money badly, you can't become financially independent, no matter how high you earn. That's why a lot of high-income professionals, doctors, lawyers, athletes, and even accountants are basically curmudgeons. Because it's not just how much comes in, it's what you do with the money that comes in. Chapter 10. Learn to make money work for you. If you're like most people, you were programmed from childhood to work hard for money. However, chances are you didn't grow up with the kind of critical conditioning that you should make money work hard for you. Of course, hard work is important, but you'll never get rich just by working hard. How do we know that? Take a look at the world around you and see for yourself. Not millions, make it billions. People work hard day and night and sweat it out. Are they all rich? Are they not? Are any of them rich? Most of the rich are not. Many of them are not. Most of them are either penniless or very close to it. On the other hand, who entertains themselves at the country clubs of the world? Who indulges in golf, tennis, or swimming in the afternoon? Who shops every day and vacations every week? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't even count. Rich people and who? Let's get one thing straight. The idea that you have to work hard to get rich is nothing but nonsense. The old Protestant doctrine of work says a dollar's work for an acre's pay. There's nothing wrong with that saying. They just forget to tell us what we are supposed to do with that dollar. Knowing what to do with that dollar leads you to work smart instead of hard. Rich people can play and relax all day because they work smart. They understand and use the principle of leverage. They hire other people to work for them, and they also make their own money work for them. My experience shows that you have to work hard for money. However, for rich people this is temporary. For poor people it is permanent. Rich people know that you have to work hard until your money starts working hard for you. They understand that the more your money works, the less you have to work. Remember, money is energy. Most people get money energy by putting in the energy of work. People who achieve financial independence have learned how to replace work energy with other forms of energy. These forms include work for other people, work for business systems, or work for investment capital. Again, work hard for money first, then let money work hard for you. Note that it is likely that it will cost money to get the lifestyle you want. So to become independent, you will need to earn money without working. We call income without working passive income. Your goal in playing the money game is to have enough passive income to afford the lifestyle you want. In short, when your passive income is more than your expenses, you will have to earn money without working. When your wealth increases, you become financially independent. To increase your wealth, you either have to earn more or live on less. I don't think anyone points a gun at your head and tells you which house you want to live in and which car you want to drive. You have the power to choose what clothes to wear or what kind of food to eat. It is a matter of priorities. Poor people choose the present. Rich people choose a balance between the present and the future. Chapter 11. Act in spite of fear. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results. Millions of people think about becoming rich, and thousands of people resolve to become rich. They see a mental picture and do sadhana. I do sadhana almost every day. However, I have never had bundles of money raining on my head while doing sadhana or seeing a mental picture. I think I am one of those unfortunate few who have to actually do something to succeed. Resolution, sadhana, and seeing a mental picture are all wonderful tools, but as far as I know, none of them will automatically bring you real money in the real world. To succeed in the real world, you have to do real work. If work is so important, what is stopping us from doing it? Fear, doubt, and worry are some of the biggest obstacles not only to success, but also to happiness. Another big difference between the rich and the poor on the path is that rich people are willing to work despite fear. Poor people are held back by fear. The biggest mistake most people make is that they wait for the feeling of fear to subside or disappear before they act. Usually these people always wait. We teach that the true warrior can tame the snout of fear. It does not say to kill the snout. It does not say to get rid of the snout. And it certainly does not say to run away from the snout. It says tame the snout. Because we are slaves of habit, so we have to make a habit of working despite fear, doubt, worry, uncertainty, inconvenience, difficulties, even when we are not in the mood to work. If you want wealth or success of any kind, you have to become committed. You have to be willing to do whatever is necessary. You have to train yourself not to be held back by anything. Being rich is not always comfortable. Being rich is not always easy. In fact, being rich can be very difficult. One of our leading online warriors, the principle is if you are only willing to do the easy things, life will be difficult, but if you are willing to do the difficult things, life will be easy. Rich people don't work on the basis of what is easy and comfortable. This lifestyle is limited to the poor and mostly middle-class people. I want to ask you a question. When you first tried a new thing, was it comfortable or difficult? Usually difficult. But what happened after that? The more you did that thing, the more comfortable it became. So the thing is, everything seems difficult in the beginning, but if you keep doing it, then eventually you move forward in the difficult zone and become successful. Then you will have a new, wider comfort zone, which means you will become a bigger person again. Double meaning you actually grow when you move out of your comfort zone from now on whenever you feel difficult. Instead of going back to your old comfort zone, pat yourself on the back and say, I am growing, and move forward. If you want to be rich and successful, you better be comfortable in facing discomfort. Become comfortable. Deliberately practice going into your uncomfortable zone and do that which scares you. So friends, today's audiobook ends here, and I will meet you with some other new and great audiobook. Till then, take good care of yourself.